Goes to the pocket. Oh, I don't have a pocket. Just hold. Okay.
Yep, how's the sound?
Hi, I'm Megan, coordinator at Brisbane School of Distance Education.
And I'm Timothy Simpson, one of the materials teacher at Cooper Secondary College.
What drew you into esports?
I fell in love with esports when I took my kids to the first event just to give it a go, and watching the way the kids worked together, strategizing, collaborating. It was something I had never ever seen in any other environment before. The depth of discussion, and this is a group of kids who were all neurodivergent kids who really struggled with those skills, and that just absolutely sold me on it. The first event, we went to a farming simulator event at the Eka, which was absolutely, and the parents came along, they all loved it as well.
Quality game. Yeah, I fell in love with esports when I was a kid, actually. I've grown up playing video games and getting to be involved in the birth of esports to where it is now. Used to kind of look at it and go, hold on a second. We're not running around with a ball anymore. I get to play on my controller and do it. So I both love sport and esports. Yeah, I love the teamwork and collaboration that students these days get to actually train themselves in, the computer literacy that comes with it. As well as, just generally the amount of fun that kids can have while strategizing, while playing games together, even while they're doing farming on a computer, or Rocket League, pulling off those sick tricks they've practiced for months before a competition. Mm-hmm. Seeing it all come together from the training, I absolutely love it. So, yeah.
I am really excited about some new titles that I haven't seen in the esports field before, and for the particularly sport-based titles that are ones to go into the Olympic esports. So the kids getting a chance to train up and have some goal to work towards with those games.
Yeah, likewise. Seeing some new titles that I've not seen before in a long time, and being played as an esport for the first time that I'm experiencing. I'm really keen to see how, especially with real sports games digitized, the amount of strategy that is untapped in there for kids to access. It'll be really cool to see actual plays coming together instead of just button mashing and hoping something works. So the ability for kids to actually practice and build up to that teamwork is what I'm really keen to see.
Why is esports really important within the Queensland education system?
It's one of those unexpected things that's come in more recently, and I've been involved in esports for about 6 years now, and I just, even though they're not the titles I love to play, what I do see is what's coming out with the kids. We're seeing student leadership. We're seeing students working together and strategizing. We're seeing them engaging in ways that have never seen before. I'm watching attendance records going up. I'm watching the students who previously were refusing to come to school becoming the team captains for teams, and parents telling me that that's the reason that they're coming to school, because they know that they have a sense of belonging in this team that they're part of. And that is something that schools all struggle with. We're also exploring at the moment, there's a lot of research around our neurodivergent students, and particularly the space that it creates for them to engage in a space that they feel comfortable, but exploring skills like collaboration, social skills, leadership skills, having to negotiate and work as a team, which is something they all hate to do. No, I shouldn't. Not all hate to do, but often a skill that is something that our neurodivergent kids often struggle with. So it's giving them a safe space to develop and build those skills.
Yeah, I'd like to mirror that. You definitely start casting a wider net for those kids that haven't really found their place in school yet.
Yeah.
And it really gives them something to focus on. Like traditionally, a lot of schools focus on, like, you have titles getting thrown around, like sports schools, music schools, art schools, whatever the priority is. And when you hear sports schools, you're obviously seeing cricket, rugby, football, futsal, all which have mirroring video games. And so it opens up a wider net for something like a sports-focused school, or a school who wants to get into that. They can start capturing a larger audience. Their attendance will go up because you have kids going, oh, they're actually putting focus on something I love and I'm passionate about. I want to be there. And I think the education department, it's that whole modernizing thing. where times are changing and we need to adapt. And video games have taken the entire planet by storm. Why not use that as a way to help kids learn better?
Mm-hmm.
So
absolutely.
Last one. Why should schools join the Queensland Cup?
I have loved the way that Queensland has become in Australia one of the biggest areas for the esports field, the Queensland high schools. And I think a huge part of that has been the Queensland esports and the way that they've listened to schools and the way that they've listened to what we need for our students and listen to the students and what they are and their responses to it. I would recommend getting involved because it starts at grassroots. It's about giving the kids a go. It's not all about the big prizes at the end. While that is definitely a motivator, they're very much encouraged from the beginners right through to the high level. All are welcome. All are included.
Yeah, I think in addition to that, it's a networking hub. Schools get to meet different schools, kids get to meet different kids from different backgrounds and environments, and they all get to come together and share one passion they have.
Another thought is, I don't know if that helps you, but it's more, this is the first time we've met each other and we're sitting here networking just
doing the work.
Here's it in action.
Part of the reason why I pulled it.
That we could talk about for hours.
That's a very You bring up a good point that these events, it's for the kids. It's also for the teachers, the ones that are getting involved or just getting involved into the industry, where they can feed off each other's notes, and it's almost like a networking event.
Yeah.
Every time I go to an event, it's like, okay, I know that this team's competing, so I'm going to be asking that person that question and ask, how do they do this and what?
Yeah, but I mean, like even. Pardon the pun for farming sim, but farming strategies off other teams. Like you can go to those events even if you're just starting your esport team. You don't need to be in the advanced bracket, but you can look and go, that's their strategy. We didn't even think about that.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I'm sure like the kids would be competitive, but I'm thinking the teachers will be happy to share notes. So trade secrets, however, I think would be a good market to explore.
I don't do it. I tell the kids to go do it.
Yeah,
they go get the strategies.
You're a socializer.
Well, how are they doing that?
Good. Got a lot of really good lines in it that I feel like I need to put to Instagram. So I'm going to snip that. Okay,